Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I have like zero voice tonight, so those of you tuning in, you'll hear me not be able to talk very well. So we're just gonna roll through and do a few things. How is everybody? I totally lost my voice in Vegas, so here we go. We'll roll through, talk about some cool stuff. Don't mind my crazy voice, and we'll try to get that back. So here we go. All information presented here is for educational and information purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence on it. I don't think I've ever lost my voice in my life, guys. I'm not even kidding. And I do conventions and all kinds of those things my entire life, selling things at cannabis conventions and just doing the floor, talking for days. And I think this is the very first time I've ever lost my voice. I didn't even think it was possible. And I talk nonstop. You guys know I can talk. And we went hardcore in Vegas. I'm not going to lie. It was probably one of the best 3 days I've ever had. It was incredible. So many great people to meet at the Covino and Rich convention. And those of you that were there, they know that was crazy. But anyway, let's get into the market. And Zach, we had a blast. I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning every single night. And my body was on 6 a.m. time because it was East Coast and it's 3 hours behind. So I was literally just staying up every single night, just pulling like all-nighters and then getting a few hours of sleep and going to the pool, the parties, and everything. And I was drinking a little white wine. I can't drink Crown and Cokes like I used to. It just doesn't work with my brain injury. And then they had some banging frozen drinks at that pool bar. And I'll tell you what, I'll give the Circa a free plug because that place, I'll tell you what, if you're going to Vegas, you have to go to that place. It's off the strip. It's right by Fremont Street, which is another. I'm telling you, we stayed on Fremont Street until 3 o'clock in the morning every night. That's how incredible it is. And what were we doing at 3 a.m. in Vegas? We were on Fremont Street hanging out, having a blast. Robin Thicke had a concert last night at like 9 p.m. It was wild. And plus, we were just doing events all weekend with the Covino and Rich show. And so many listeners and people showing up. And I'm telling you, you want to meet an amazing group and a community of people, follow that show, Covino and Rich. And I've been listening to them for 20 plus years since they started. And I've been friends with them ever since. I was one of the first people to actually go up on the show as a listener. And I've known them ever since. And they've always been the most down-to-earth guys, super humble, and they're super successful. They're on Fox Radio or Fox Sports, Fox Radio. And I strongly believe when Dan Patrick retires in a few years, they will have that slot right there. I know Rich Davis said it the other day that they wanted it, and he was just putting it out there, I think, because they will have it. I don't think there's anyone else that could honestly do the show that they do on a national level. They're amazing at what they do, and I've said that for 20 years, so I've always listened to the show and been a part of it, and I love them guys. And it was amazing to be a part of the 20-year anniversary and see a lot of people I've known for 20 years, like Mercer and so many other people, Eddie, your DJ. I walked in and I see Eddie, your DJ, and I'm like, oh, bro, what's happening? It was just so much fun, guys. We had a blast. And like I said, the Circa, the owner of the property at the Circa literally is walking around the property, just checking things out, making sure it runs right. It runs right, guys. Trust me. The place is amazing. It's run exactly how you want a place to be run. It's not a corporate run place. It's incredible. And then next to Fremont, they own the D too, which is down the street. And that's a pretty nice place. We went in there. Some people were staying in there. And it was just a great, great time. I'll tell you a few things about Vegas real quick, and then we'll get into the market. But man, I have the worst chapped lips ever. I think the worst chapped lips, and I lost my voice. I don't think I've ever had chapped lips this bad, even going snowboarding. The temperature out there was like literally 110 degrees. It would be like 100 when you went out. Today, it was actually cool. But the last couple of days, it was like 100 degrees by 9 o'clock in the morning. It was insane out there. And literally, your lips just get so chapped, you just don't even realize it. And the other thing I realized, you don't sweat because when you're trying to sweat, it just evaporates. You don't even see sweat on anybody. It's just gone because it's so hot. It was crazy, but it is a dry heat, and I'm in Jersey, and we're about to get lit up with temperatures around here. We're about to get into the hundreds with the humidity, and I'll tell you what, I'll take the 110 dry heat any day. I loved it. I actually enjoyed that heat. I thought it was great, not having the humidity. So definitely had a great time in Vegas. And yeah, there you go. So that was our Vegas trip. And I did find out that 100 degrees in Jersey on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be insane, Luis Rodriguez. It is going to be dangerously hot. When it hits 100 around here and we have the humidity, you can drop dead real easily. Trust me. I own companies where people had to work outside and we had to take extreme precautions. And because people will have heat stroke, you got to really be paying attention to what's going on. So it is, you can't breathe in that humidity if you're not used to it and you're, used to the dry high heat temperatures and you get in the humidity. You're like, I'll take them high heat temperatures any day of the week. The humidity just kills you. So that was and yeah, Jersey's going to be crazy, but yeah. And I did realize that I still obviously have some brain injuries. I was perfectly fine on the airplane. I was really stressing that with the cabin pressure, no problems there. So on the way there, I told the dude next to me, he was a really cool dude. He was like a teacher. We talked most of the time, and I was like, yo, not to freak out, dude, but I just had a major brain injury and I don't know how this flight's going to go. So if I like drop dead, you know what happened. He's just looking at me like, thanks, bro. I'm like, I'll be fine. But I'm just giving you a heads up. And yeah, we took off. I was good. So that was good. But I'm not good in blinking lights. The last event for CNR was a karaoke bar. I went in there and immediately, guys, I mean, the lights were all blinking. I don't even know if they had strobe lights. I just know it was a dark ass setting with all kinds of lights blinking. I walked in. I got to the back of the place where everyone was, and I did not feel right. I had like this real weird feeling in my stomach, and I was like, I need to get out of here immediately. And I'm just gonna give a big shout out to my buddy Kevin I met, because I met some people that I'll probably talk to for the rest of my life. And Kevin being one, he was a medical guy, and he immediately was just like, "Yo, bro, let's get out of here. Let's go and get out." I'm telling you, it took me like 45 minutes to get back to like being normal again. I was kind of getting worried, but I did come out of it, but I was like, my head just fogged up really bad. It was kind of scary and weird. And so yeah, definitely no blinking lights for me. And then me and Kevin just went and did Fremont Street. So big shout out to him for hanging out with me last night, because everyone was at the karaoke bar, I think, except for us two. And then Spotty and a couple people came out and had offered to come hang out. And I was like, nah. And me and Kevin were like, nah, we'll just go hang out. I hung out with them most the whole entire time, and some other great people, Derek and Luis and Wes and Bree. They opened up their house. Yeah, this is how great this community is, guys. Wes and Bree, just listeners. I've known Wes for like 20 years. He's an original listener, and they live in Vegas. They opened up their house to like over 40 people the first night and had a barbecue for all these people coming in. And I'm going to tell you, some of the most amazing food. The ribs were falling off. Bree smoked like 8 racks of ribs. They were falling off the bone. They were absolutely delicious. There's baked beans. I'll give you guys the recipe. I know the guy Ian. Ian was awesome, meeting Ian Kennedy, and he made this baked bean recipe with bacon and pineapple. Holy cow, it was delicious. And then Mackay made this mac and cheese. It had like 4 kinds of cheese. He grated it all, and it had like some peppers in it, and he made that. And I'm telling you, everybody, I went back, I think, for thirds on that, maybe fourths. It was so good. We ate like crazy the first night. It was so yummy. And yeah, every event was awesome. I'm telling you guys. So, like I said, Cavino and Rich, if you're into, they just talk about everything. Entertainment guys, the target audience that was there was anywhere from like 30-year-olds to like older women. Like, it's just crazy, the demographic. They target everybody because they're just so down to earth. So if you want to check out a cool show, you can check out Cavino and Rich. And I've been listening to them for over 20 years since they started. I listened to their test show when they were on Maxim Radio, and that's how I heard them. And then I reached out at the time. Their producer was Sammy J, and I reached out to him and said, "Hey, I got this website. Can we come up?" And we let us come up. And then they were just the coolest dudes. And we've been friends, literally friends ever since. So I talk to Rich on a regular basis. And I will keep more in touch with Spotty and Cavino. And yeah, they're just awesome guys. So it was definitely an amazing trip. And you can tell I can't even talk, but yeah, some crazy stuff was going on while we were there. And I was paying attention a little bit, because obviously I always pay attention. But yeah, US started bombing Iran. That went down. So I know Bitcoin dipped down. We were talking about that on the pre-market show the other day. It did look like it wanted to pull back. And guys, we've been talking about this market. It has an imminent pullback here. So the thing that's going to be the really big thing to be looking out for, and this is what I think is about to happen, is Iran's going to shut down that Strait of Hormuz, or however you say. I can't even say it when I have a voice, let alone. But Hormuz is how it's spelled. However you pronounce it, I have no idea. But that strait, like 20% plus of the oil runs through that thing, and they can shut that down, which they will, and retaliate. So expect oil prices to get crazy, gas prices, everything. It could send us into a recession, honestly. So you can see that big pullback coming. It's going to be wild, guys. I can't wait for the market to open tomorrow to see what's going on. I know the futures are red. At least they were. I'll look at them again right now. I'll check the Yahoo real quick. Yahoo Finance always has it pretty updated. Yeah, they're all down right now pretty good. So they are down, and let's take a look and see what else is going on here. We'll run through the scanners. I'll run through the SPY, big caps, and crypto, and then I'll try to save my voice for the rest of the week because it is pretty bad. And I said, I don't think I've ever lost my voice one day in my life. And here we are. So, we had a good time if I'm losing my voice. And it was a great time in Vegas. So here we go. Let's look at the SPY and see how it ended Friday, because obviously these are Friday ends prices. And it was trying to go up in the after hours, but that was clearly before the bombing. And Bitcoin is clinging to 100,000. It dipped to like 98. I don't know if it was lower than 98. Let's take a look and see what its low was today. Yeah, 98.1 right there. I didn't think it got to 97s, but it did take that nice dip, and I'll be watching. It does look like it kind of wanted to bottom out and try to roll up there. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we can just do crypto real quick now because I was going to do it. But at the same time, it looks like it could come down to this 50, which is at 95K area. SPY's down $3 right now in the overnight trading, Luis Rodriguez was saying. And micro crude oil up like crazy too, WTI. So like I said, oil, that's about to get crazy, guys. I'm telling you right now, they're going to shut that Strait of Hormuz or whatever. I don't know how the hell you even pronounce it, but they're gonna shut that bad boy down. Watch, and then that's gonna be a wrap. So it's gonna get really, really wild, and we'll see what's going to happen in these next coming days, because it doesn't seem like Iran wants to come to the table and talk about anything. They just seem to want to make some dirty bombs and start bombing people. So keep your eyes open, and we're going to look at some aerospace and defense real quick. So here, we'll just go through crypto first. We'll do a completely different show tonight. I don't have a voice, and I'll still do the shows as I don't have a voice. Oh, look, here's your news right here. Strait of Hormuz, saber rattling ramps up following U.S. I wasn't even looking at that, guys. I just happened to notice it. Oil surges, U.S. futures drop after strikes on Iran, and share slip. Oil rises as investors weigh Iran scenarios. And I'll tell you what they are. Yeah, I want to know what their scenarios are. I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to do right here. So here you go. I'll give you a heads up. Iran said they are rebuilding nuclear facilities. Exactly. And I'll tell you here's the scenarios with Iran, guys. You want to know? Here's what's about to happen. Expect them to be making some dirty bombs and trying to get them in here. And again, don't forget, our borders were open during the last administration, guys, and they were just funneling these people in. So don't think that they don't already have these people already set up in our country and can operate like that, because the last administration was completely out of their goddamn mind. So yeah, remember that too, everybody. So that's going to happen, and keep your eyes, and you better be I was actually pretty worried in Vegas. I was like, damn, this is going to get crazy. We just bombed them in Vegas right now and a flight home. But luckily, nothing crazy's happened yet. And I honestly didn't think anything would happen until this week coming up. But yeah, expect, they're going to be trying to get their hands on, and they have the material to make dirty bombs. They don't have the material right at the moment to make nukes. But a dirty bomb will spread radiation right through a city. So, and that will be devastating. So remember, they're going to try to be doing that. They're also going to be trying to hit cyber attacks. So, our computer systems are going to be all crazy real soon coming up. They have that kind of power where they can do it. They can hack shit. They know how to do that stuff. They're good at it. And damn right they're going to be doing it. So expect banking systems and things of that nature to get fucked up real soon too, because that's going to happen as well. So yeah, what did they say? Wait, investors wait the scenarios or whatever I said. Yeah, that's what's about to happen out of Iran. So and then that Strait of Hormuz, they're going to be shutting that bad boy down too and screwing with the oil production and the oil flow because they know that hurts us too. So yeah, and they said they're rebuilding nuclear. They're not going to stop. I mean, these people are out of their minds. But again, I don't think they really will be able to continue much further into the future. But in the next coming weeks, you better be vigilant and paying attention because I'm telling you, they got their hands on some stuff and they can definitely use it. And like I said, they already got terror cells in here. They're definitely in this country. There's no doubt about it. There's plenty of them. And all they have to do is get the material into their hands and they're going to do something. So it's going to be a crazy few weeks, guys. So make sure you're paying attention. Every time I say that, something crazy does happen. Not to scare you, but that's what you're looking at. And that's what I just wanted to kind of come on, make sure we covered this kind of stuff because I think this is going to be more important and then see how the market really opens up tomorrow. It's going to be bouncing around, guys. It's going to be a little bit wild, but I think we're going to be seeing some dippage, especially when you start seeing this thing shut down that straight, that oil prices are going to surge and gold and things of that nature. We know. And I don't even know what Bitcoin's going to do, crypto, but let's go back to it, run through them all and then we'll run through our market, see what's happening here, and then I'll try to rest up my voice a little bit. And Trump has discussions with China to keep the Strait of Hamas open. So there you go, Lewis. He has had discussions. So Luis Rodriguez just said so. Yeah, it's extremely important. Trust me. So we'll see. It's going to be a wild, wild show. You got to see who's backing who now and what's going to happen. Because again, Trump. He hasn't had a very good relationship with Putin lately. Putin's a little out of his mind. So remember, Putin can't. I mean, they don't have a whole lot left after the whole Ukraine thing. It's not like Russia. They couldn't even beat Ukraine. So I mean, it's not like they're going in and invading anybody. But they do have their hands on some shit that could cause some catastrophes. We'll put it that way, and they can get it into their hands. So that's what you got to be careful of here. And that's why I'm saying we're going to be keeping our eyes open and paying attention to what the hell's going on around you, because you just never know, and be staying safe. And yeah, I was in Vegas. I'm like, this is great. I'm in like the busiest city, but again, it happens so fast. It usually doesn't happen the next day. They got to get these things and get their materials and things of that nature ready. So I figured I was pretty safe and had some time, but I'm telling you what, we will be seeing something crazy happen. I'm telling you that. And Bitcoin here, like I said, we could see that 95 with no problem. Ethereum, they're all pulling back. They all have that dip down look like they could pull back, or that could be the bottom. We'll know better in the morning. I know that. Solana, the same look coming down to the bottom. And again, is it one of these things where this kind of chaos will cause crypto to actually soar, like gold and things of that nature, oil? So it could be a scenario where you actually see that. Sleeper cells here domestically are also a big concern. And yep, that's exactly what I'm saying, Luis Rodriguez. That's what they're called, sleeper cells. And they bring like a couple people in, and they can absolutely cause some major, major damage. That's what they say they did with 9/11. Whether that's what happened or not, who the hell knows? But yeah, it's but they definitely have these things going on in here now. The other administration had open borders, guys. It was absolutely absurd, and you can see and maybe that's why Trump was ramping up the immigration thing, trying to get people out, because he knew we had to get the right people out of here that would be causing damage, because they knew what was happening and what their plans were. So again, he was ramping that up, trying to get the people that they thought were absolutely dangerous to this country, and they were trying to get them. They were getting them out of here. So interesting stuff because they always know what's going on ahead of time. You know that. But yeah, Solana, that same look. Ripple pulled back big time, guys. What is it at? Like almost 201. It was at 190 today. That was a good dip right there down to the bottom. And another one we got to see, Doge pulling back. I know that ETF was way down too. It might be at its lowest now. We'll have to look at it. I forget what it was at. Cardano was at 54, and that's pretty low because that was just like at 70 something. And Chainlink's down here back at 1159. So yeah, these things are really pulling back. I gotta look and see. I forget what ETF was at, but it was definitely at 2 something. I definitely know that because I think Laptop Travel had said something, and I looked at it and went, "Holy cow, that took a really good dip, huh?" Where is it? Hold on, I gotta find it. Let me just open up a new page real quick. Hold on. Let me see what ETF's doing here because it is down. Yeah, it's like 2.3 million market cap. It is down. I seen it take that dip. I was like, holy cow. So I'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if that, and again, they do look like they could be bouncing. That could just be like one of them big dips before they really start to rip. So that's what I'm looking at. But the 20 is up over them. So I'm trying to keep an eye on them and see what they exactly want to do. You can see it curling down, and we'll see if they really want to rip down to the 50 under or if they want to get set up off of that dip right there. Definitely an interesting look for crypto. I was looking at it before I hopped on, and I was saying, well, that could just go either way real quick. So who the heck knows? I know this Wheeler investment thing was pop. Oh, guys, dude, I had to tell you the greatest story, and I forgot we never took a picture together. Low Country Profits. He was one of the original listeners. Laptop Travel. I know you remember him. You were the two guys that smashed TNON from $4 to 125. And Low Country Profit is a CNR listener. He was out at the convention and comes up to me, introduces himself, and like whispers into my ear. He goes, "I'm Low Country Profit," and I went, "No, you fucking aren't." He goes, "Yeah, I really am." And we start talking about TNON and everything else. And he listens to the show. He just hasn't been able to get on live. I met his lovely wife. She was there. She was really, really nice. And they were super awesome people. I'm telling you guys, I didn't meet not one great person at that convention. And I'll tell you the reason why. And you guys are very like-minded like me as well and see things similar. I know that. That's why you listen anyway, most of you. And Covino and Rich, really humble, down to earth guys, just super, super nice. You can't fake things like that, guys. Believe me, I've known these guys for way too long. And to just see them bring together a community of such like-minded people, and everybody is such a good person. And I'll give you a great story here. I forgot. I'm sitting there the other night about to. I was like, oh yeah, we had an Asian place at our Asian restaurant in the casino, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to go eat at that noodle bar because it looked pretty good. And I'm just standing there and at the front looking at the menu and met two people, Erin and Sue. Her mom, Erin was probably my age, and Sue was her mother. And they both came to the convention. And Erin said her husband's a big listener. CNR knew them very well. And again, I met so many great people. I'm standing there. Sue comes over to me while I'm standing and says, "Hey, Doug, do you want to join Erin and I for dinner?" And I said, "Oh, that would be great." And we had the most fun time ever. We shared like 5 dishes, and we just had a great, great time. Great conversation. They were really sweet people. So yeah, I'm telling you, that's the kind of people that you meet when you at that community. You know how many people said, I'm so out of my comfort zone. A lot of people came by themselves. A lot of people brought their spouses, and a lot of people said, how out of my comfort zone. I would never do something like this. And again, to explain to a normal person that you're going out to Vegas to hang out with a radio show because it's their 20-year anniversary, people look at you like you're absolutely insane. Now, I've been good friends with these guys for 20 years and like literally done promotion stuff with them. They're good friends of mine. It's normal, but I can see anybody else tells their family and friends, they look at you like you have 10 heads and they think you're completely insane. But I'm telling you what, Covino and Rich, they know every single person that was there. They know their names. They know every person's name. They know what their family does. These guys care. Like they care because they're good people, and that's the way they are. And Covino's parents were there. They were the best. So big shout out to them. It was great meeting his whole family, and his brother Tommy's awesome. I've known Tommy for years, and Tommy's the man. So we had a good time. We were hanging out last night for a little while, and yeah, I'm telling you guys. So if you want a good, and these guys do sports like nobody else. They are amazing. They're on Fox Sports. So if you are a sports fan, they do it from a fan's perspective, and it's just incredible what they do. But they also have a show on Patreon. It is a paid show, but I mean, I've been paying for it since they went over. They were on Sirius XM, and then they went over to Patreon doing it themselves. They bet on themselves, and guess what? It paid out big time because it was worth it. And I know when it happened, they were both nervous. And I told them both at that time, I said, dude, this is going to work out so well for you guys because the talent is there and it doesn't matter. You guys are going to take it to another level. And that's exactly what they did. They took it to a whole nother level. And yeah, these dudes were amazing guys. So, and Spotty, dude, the producer Spot, I mean, dude, you couldn't put a better display of events together. Holy cow. He knocked it out of the park. I mean, one event after another, just nonstop great events. We did Atomic Golf the other day, yesterday, I think it was. I don't even remember. Yeah, it was yesterday. And that place was a lot of fun. We had a buffet. We were hitting golf balls around, just having a blast. And the guys did their show. And it was just so much fun. They were asking everybody how they first started listening. It was basically everyone came up to the mic and spoke. And it was just a great show. And again, great time, guys. And I forgot the NBA championship game is on. It's a commercial right now, I believe. But I've just been kind of watching in the background. Oklahoma City and Indiana Pacers are in a game 7, so I'll keep you posted about that. But this Wheeler blasted off the other day, and I did see that. And I was talking to Low Country Profits. That's what reminded me of it because he was all over it and couldn't trade it because he was on the plane and his plane was delayed. So he was pretty upset. But yeah, I met Low Country Profits, and he was super cool. And everybody I met, I mean, holy cow, it was just a great time. So again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I went out to Vegas and I was at the Covino and Rich convention, and they're just awesome dudes and just an awesome community people. So there you go. The futures are down, crypto's down, oil's up, and let's see what else is going on here real quick. And I'll try to conserve some of my voice here for the rest of the week because I just got destroyed. And thank you, Luis Rodriguez. Welcome back. And defense stocks are up. Let's go through them. Glad you posted them. Lockheed Martin. Let's see. That, oh my God, that thing's, who said this thing was setting up like 3 weeks ago, guys? Lockheed Martin right here, LM2. What the hell am I even? I don't even know what I just typed in, but Lockheed Martin right here is looking really good. I mean, this thing's gonna get curled up and get blasted off, and that was a really good bottom spot there when it dipped down. So there you go, right there. NOC getting set up, Northrop Grumman and GD right here, General Dynamics. That bad boy's getting set up. I know you've been early on that one, Luis Rodriguez. And KTOS is that Kratos Defense one, and that thing's about to run up into the top. I could see that running up some more tomorrow. So there you go. Mr. Drawdown, how are you this evening? And T-Pet, here we go with some oil ones, and that's going to be blasting off. And BRN, Barnwell Industries, that'll probably get rolling up. It might take a day or so, but keep an eye on that. USEG, that one's getting set up. US Energy Corp, that thing looks like it's going to be blasting off. BANL, let's see, this thing's just getting set up right there. And HUBC, I know, is an Israeli one. And let's see what that's doing. We were looking at this last week, and that thing looks really good. We did say that last week. It was jumping around, but it still looked good to me. Good old Bren Miller Energy. And then they just split, or they were. I remember it said it was on the 20th, whatever today is, the 22nd. So that must have been Friday when it split. Yeah, absolutely keeping an eye on that Bren Miller after a split right there. IOTR. Let's see what you're up to, IO3. I know we watched it. Now we're at a spot where we can get moving. It did jump up, a little pullback. That's looking a little better too, IOTR. What did they even do? I don't even know. Telecom in Singapore. I'm not even sure what they're up to. I don't know why the Finviz doesn't work or the TrendSpider, but whatever. I got to reset my computer and my voice. My voice is terrible. Can't even talk. Anyway, CURR. I know you're looking at this one. And that one looks really good. Mr. Drawdown was the one that said he was loading up on this thing. He's been buying it, I believe, why it was dipping, and probably a good one right there. And HSDT is getting set up right there. I'll keep an eye on that one. So some good ones to keep an eye on. That CURR, definitely good. And let's see what else is going on. It's humid in South Carolina, Mr. Drawdown. You know how that is, and it's definitely not fun, that humidity. We were talking about it earlier, and Bitcoin and the SPY's down $3. We'll go through the SPY and the Mag 7 and them guys real quick. And let's see, that WTI opened at 78. And let's see. The straight 20 million barrels a day, 80% of deliveries go to Asia. So there you go. But it does disrupt everything, and it will. And that's what they're going to try to do: shut that damn thing down, because they know it will disrupt our oil production and our oil buying and our consumption, and how we buy it. So it'll definitely be making the prices go up. That's for sure. That Houston's pulling back, but not saying that it doesn't want to pop back up some more. I don't know what happened. The Trend Spider was working a little bit ago when I hopped on here. When I hopped on here, I can't even talk. Like, half my words just go silent. It's crazy. I'm telling you. I never had my voice. I never lost my voice before. It's so crazy. There's Houston right there. Like I said, could be pulling back to set back up right there. So, and INDO, I know these were good runners last week or the other week, last week we were watching them run up there. This thing could be popping back up into the top right there tomorrow. And let's see. And then Mr. Drawdown, we were talking about China and the U.S. talking about that the Strait of Hormuz, and then China condemned the U.S. and Israel after, and that's what I was saying. I don't know whose sides anyone's on right now, so it's kind of crazy. And we'll have to see how this all plays out. But obviously, we're keeping an eye on these charts and knowing what's setting up. That's for sure. So here, let's keep an eye. And oh shit, I didn't share the charts. I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. Holy cow. Thanks, dude. Sorry about that. Thanks, Mr. Drawdown. I'm just sitting there talking away, not even paying attention. I'm telling you, I had a long week. Anyway, here we go. Let's see. I just noticed you said that a couple minutes ago, and you can't see the charts, but there we go. Let me show you. I don't even know what we looked at, but let me go through again, because we just looked at them. And I didn't even show you guys Lockheed Martin, guys, right here. I'm telling you, that's the nice setup. I'm telling you, that one's going to get rolling. And I know I've been telling you guys for a couple weeks, and NOC is getting set up to run up too. It's looking pretty good right there. So obviously keeping an eye on them. This General Dynamics 1GD, another setup right there. And KTOS, hold on here. I'll just click on it. And that's run up there, but looks like it wanted to run into the top. And I'll just check out the T-Pat was looking really good right there. To run up some more, and the CURR is looking really good right there. So keep an eye on that. Your Bren Miller right here. Like I said, after the split, we're keeping an eye on it. And IOTR right there, guys, is trying to crawl out of the basement. So that is not looking bad. And I was trying to get on here, and you guys didn't even know because you couldn't see either, but I couldn't see it either because it wasn't working. But now it is. So there we go. So you guys didn't really miss anything, because I was just going through them on FinViz real quick. And here's IOTR just hanging out, not looking too bad. So that was them guys right there. And that HSDT is getting set up as well. So yeah, keep an eye on these bad boys. You can see that getting crawled up and looking pretty good right there. And what else are we missing right here? Let me see. Maritime Communications, that was at 1, and LMT is at 482 in the overnight. What was it at? I don't even remember. 482. Holy shit, guys, this thing's getting rolling. I told you Lockheed Martin was looking good. And we always now, let's go through gold real quick, and then we'll go through the scanners, and then I'll kind of wrap it up a little bit, because like I said, I want to try to conserve my voice, and I keep looking over, and for whatever reason, I haven't seen the game on. If maybe it's I gotta look, is that halftime or something? Seems like the game hasn't been on in a while, but I wasn't really paying attention for a little bit. But I just wanted to tell you, because it was a game 7 in the NBA Finals, and let me see, it says the second half with 5 minutes and 47 seconds left, and it's a close game. Oh, no, wait. There you go. Now it's updated. It's in the third quarter, so that's why my phone wasn't even updated. Third quarter, what is it? 56-51. Oklahoma's beating Indiana with 9:20 left. That's what it looks like to me. I guess they're at a break because I don't know where the hell the game went, unless it just like turned off. No, it's still on there. Every time I turn around, it seems to be at a commercial break. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on right there. Anyway, here we go. I'll let you know. And Disney, you were talking about, but remember, we said these things were at the top, guys, and they'd be pulling back. So, and Luis Rodriguez said he did put puts on that, and they are printing. And I'm telling you guys, if you're not comfortable with putting, just take the ETFs and the ones that are bearish, and we're gonna play them. So this coming week, we're gonna destroy the market. I can tell you that. I just got to. I know my new computer just got here, and I got to set it up tomorrow. And but I'll be on all day. We'll be trading and seeing what this market looks like. And I'll even do my 7 a.m. show at no voice. And I was going to do a show the other night, guys. The other morning, I'll say Thursday. But here I get in at 3 o'clock in the morning. We go out to Fremont Street. We're all hanging out. We just got in, and me and this dude Derek, we're hanging out, and we're like, "Oh, you want to go to Fremont Street?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to go check it out." We end up out there until 3 o'clock in the morning, hanging out and just like watching people, and it was just crazy. The street performers and all. It's just a wild scene, and so yeah, and I set my alarm. I think we came back at 2:30, and I set my alarm because I remember I had like an hour and a half. I set my alarm for like an hour later, and I woke up at 3:30. I couldn't even think. I was like, I don't think I could do a show right now. I just flew like I was up for a day straight, and yeah, it was pretty wild. But yeah, I meant to do a show the other day, and I just couldn't pull it together the other morning. I was way too tired, and but yeah, here we are now. I don't have a voice, so anyway. Disney definitely pulling back, and I know RGC was pulling back. They did the reverse split action, and then it flew, but now it's flying back down. So, and remember we were talking about it. They like have zero money or not, like zero revenue, and it hit $30 billion. And we were talking about this stuff, and yeah, I have to look into this. Maybe I have to get a company in Hong Kong. Laptop travel. Why don't we do this with my tincture that I make? And it's helped prevent seizures with 100p. It's probably done way more than this company's ever done. I guarantee it. I don't even know what they do, but I guarantee me stopping more than 100 people's seizures is more than this company can do. Let's get a company over there and specialty and generic and get that goddamn thing with zero sales to $30 billion, and we're set, dude. No revenue, and still get it to 30 billion, and we're chilling, dude. We will be set. All of us will be set for life. I promise you. And so yeah, we have to look into that. I'm not even kidding. I'll definitely look into that tomorrow because that is insane. And yeah, I literally have a tincture formula that I made, and it definitely works. So I'm saying let's do it in Hong Kong. I guess that's where you got to do these things over there. So maybe we have to have laptop travel set it up for us, and then it'll be a group venture for our show, and we'll get it to go to $30 billion, and we'll have zero revenue. And I'll be honest, we're saying it on the show. It's a great product. It works, but I don't know if it'll even work like in the real world. But if we can get a product to go to $30 billion with no revenue, I'm all in. So let's check into it, guys. So yeah, laptop travel. We got to look into this shit because it's crazy. We'll build a company and do this with no problem. I mean, that's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, it's probably been the most insane run ever in the history of the stock market. It's smoked Nvidia. It's not even close. This thing went up like 44,000% at one. Like that's what it's like going. It's insane, guys. It's the craziest thing I ever saw. So there you go with that bad boy. Oh yeah, Mr. Drawdown. He said he did have a problem with his Weibo account. So I forget exactly what it was. I'll have to retweet that out. Or did you post it or send me a message? I forget, to be honest. But can we buy a yacht? Yeah, if we get $30 billion, I'm pretty sure we can definitely get a few yachts. They ain't that much. So yeah, depends on what yacht you want, but still, they still ain't that much. And yeah, it's $30 billion. You get $1 million yacht with no problem with 30 billion. And so yeah, there you go. That circle was still running up. Remember, we liked that. And that circle internet group was still going. Powell's testifying to the House Financial Service Committee on Tuesday at 10 a.m. And I think Laptop Travel is traveling right now too. I did as I was talking, Luis Rodriguez, thank you. I was like, I remember him posting saying that he was going to be traveling too. So because I did say have safe travels. I remember. I just remembered I posted that to him. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez. We were on the same page. I think we thought of it at the same time. And Mr. Drawdown, oh, Laptop Travel, he's here. He's in. And yeah, so we're talking about this RGC. And we need to look into this. We talked about it last week. I know I mentioned it, but now I'm back from Vegas. We really have to look. I mean, this is absolutely insane, guys. $30 billion. They have zero revenue. I've never heard of anything like that in my life. 46, I told you it went up how much. The 46,000% biotech rocket. I'm done. I don't think there's ever been a stock that went up 46,000% that I fucking remember. Not that quick. I mean, this thing was what? Right down here. We saw it. I don't remember exactly where we were. Maybe in the twos, maybe around here we were watching it. But yeah, I mean, this thing literally went from it was even down here in like 70s, and right before it started rolling, and then this thing went nutty, guys. I mean, and this is the after split price. These things went from like it was at like $2 or $3, and it went to like 900. You're looking at the split prices right here, so I'm sure it is a scam. I mean, I can't imagine it being real. But I'm saying I have a real product. That's what I'm saying. I actually have a real formula that actually prevents seizures. I can't imagine that we can't get that thing to $30 billion. So, this is like I was saying, they would have had to cure cancer with this shit to go like that, and they have zero revenue. They don't even have anything. It's all based on speculation, I think, and it's the craziest thing. I'm telling you, I created a real formula that actually works. I can't imagine why we can't get that to $30 billion. Seizures is a big, trust me, the epilepsy medicine and all that, that's a big, that's a $1 trillion industry right there, guys. It's a huge industry. So, yeah, pretty wild stuff. So, everyone talking about it, $1.20 to $3,800. So, yeah, it was pretty wild, I have to say. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. I must say that. But anyway, there you go. And let's see what else is going on. I think we're getting everything there. Luis Rodriguez has a few others he was tracking. They came up over here. Howard Hughes. Oh, that's setting up really good. That Oscar, we were looking at this thing, and this was running up the other day. I know that was popping, and we were all over Oscar Health too, and even Geos that was running up the other day, and we were early on that one too. And BFH right here. I was not looking at the bread financial, but I will be looking at that bread because it's looking good. And Humanian or whatever it's called, you were mentioning this the other day and it was running up. I saw it Friday, a little pullback, but nothing crazy. Let's see. Yeah, it ran up and then pulled back right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. I did see it running up there on Friday as well. And what reports are coming out tomorrow? I don't even know. Here we go. Let me see. S&P Flash US the PMI and manufacturing PMI, some stuff, and I don't even know. Fed Chair Powell, he testifies Tuesday. That's going to be good. What's that all about? I'm not even sure what that's even about there. But anyway, let's look at a couple other ones, and I'm going to wrap it up and try to save my voice for the rest of the week. DHAI, that looks pretty good right there. I must say that doesn't look bad. Let me see that. DHAI. Yeah, that's running up in the after hours right there. And good old Pet. I know we've looked at this before. That's crawling up good. AGMH, that was running up. We looked at. Did it reverse split or something? I don't even know. I think it recently reverse split. I know we were looking at it just the other day. Wasn't Barb? Yeah, I remember it split, and then we were looking at it. Wasn't Barb looking at that dip right there? And then bam, there you go. So I think I'm almost positive Barb had that dip. And Oxy, remember I told you that was setting up. ExxonMobil wasn't looking bad either right there. It is hitting a little bit of resistance. And that FANG right there, Diamondback Energy is setting up. So a little pullback, but not looking bad. Let me see what it did. FANG. Yeah, just that thing's going to set up and run up higher right there. So there you go with them bad boys. Let's take a look and just see real quick. Mr. Drawdown, he placed a profit loss conditional order on OKYO. It showed the order, and on his chart, But however, the stop loss never triggered. He did mention that the other day. So, and that was on Webull. So we have to look into that. You should shoot them a ticket because they're pretty well. They all operate on AI, but if they realize that the AI can't answer it, a person actually will answer you. Most of them platforms have somebody, but they do run off AI first, and then obviously you'll get through to a customer service person. But yeah, you should hit them up and ask them what's up with that. UVXY right here is looking really good, and we'll look at the VIX as well because that's basically right that. And right here, look at this VIX right here. Remember we were saying it was looking pretty good. I guess that's why, huh? Because it was curling up. It's hitting that 200 right there, and it looks like it wants to get through the 200-day moving average, and then your SPY right here is pulling back. And what did you say? It was down like another $2 or something. So it is pulling back down here, and I think it will have to crawl back down. So let's just take a quick look and see what else is going on here. Let me see. Do our Mag 7 real quick. Apple right there. Remember I said Apple was looking good. It still looks pretty good. I mean, we'll have to see what's up tomorrow, but now you see why I was liking Apple right there because that was trying to set up and run, and the other ones were all pulling back the other day, and Apple was setting up. So there's Google coming down, and Meta coming down a little bit right there. Microsoft right here pulling back some, and Nvidia as well, and Tesla too. So they all had a little pullback look, except for Apple for the most part. So there you go with that. Tesla just setting up right here, has a little bit of time. So there you go with them, baby. I'm just curious, what did this do? I forget. That they did pull back. I think you might see some pullback on these all. I can't even talk on all these guys as well. QMCO, if I could type now. Yeah, that was pulling back. I think you're seeing some dippage on all these guys now, guys. Snow, that was way up there, and that could see a little pullback as well. I don't know if it has a bear one, but I think it has a yeah, this is a ETF for it. That's not looking too bad though. I don't know. I have to watch it. It could pull back right there. Anyway, SMCI, what was that up to? That wasn't too bad. AMD had been set up. I know it was running Friday. We'll have to see what these want to do tomorrow morning. So Coinbase running up. Remember, it was looking pretty decent in the hood. So there you go with them guys. And Fun right here was pulling back. DJT, little pullback, going to get set up. And there you are, IBM. So let's see what that was up to. A little pullback. But yeah, not too bad right there. And the intraday, you notice the orders one was shown, but then both, yeah, we'll have to definitely we'll have to figure that one out, Mr. Drawdown, make sure. So volatility is going to be your friend this week, laptop travel. I agree 100%. And so yeah, you guys are talking about that. So there you go. And yeah, I think we got to everything. And again, I'm going to try to rest my voice because it was a wild few days in Vegas. And I think we went through some of the market anyway, not like we usually do, but we definitely cruise through it. We'll look at the scanner. That HCTI still doesn't look bad right there. It was this DFLI, Dragonfly Energy. There you go. And GNLN still not looking too bad. MITQ was popped up there, and BBAI, that big bear, just pulling back. DNNN was pulling back. The uranium one. We'll have to really look at that one for sure. And there's your SOXS, the bear semiconductor. And that one looks like it wants to get rolling, guys. So keep your eye on semiconductor ones. Could be pulling back. There's your Soxel. That looks like it wants to pull down. So I would say that's about right there. That NCNA, that's still just kind of jumping around right there. Lucy jumped up. And Wang and Lee, keep an eye on that. We've been watching CRCL, and there's that Apple. So there you go with them guys. And ETF, I agree, is at like a make it or break it point right there at that 2.3. I won't argue that one bit there. Laptop travel, that thing needs to get bouncing for sure. And like I said, we'll see if crypto gets bouncing as well. It does look like it has that pullback, like that little dip and rip kind of look. Wheeler ICU, remember this one? That's way down there in the basement. We'll have to look at that. And let's see. That one's still running the top a little bit. MAYS. Nah. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I think we're gonna have to see. This one looks like it might run up a little bit more, but we have to see that in the morning. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to take a look at some of these guys. And obviously we'll be on at 7 a.m. I'll go rest my voice. Maybe it'll be a little bit better tomorrow. And because I'm telling you, I don't think I've ever lost my voice before. Not that I remember. Not that my memory's the greatest right now either, but I just don't remember ever losing my voice. I've always kind of said I've never lost my voice. I used to do like 3-day cannabis conventions and talk like all day long where everybody was losing their voice and I would just keep going. So, yeah, pretty crazy. But I was drinking a little bit of white wine and having a good time. And we were hitting a few dispensaries here and there too and hitting them up and having fun with them. So we had a good time. I'm telling you, it was a blast, guys. So, again, if you're not familiar with Covino and Rich, you can check them out. One of the greatest shows on radio, I promise you. And there's nothing that they'll talk about that won't that you won't have experienced or be going through. It's amazing. It's like their party or life, and everybody that's there. That's how they literally had a couple hundred people. I'm not sure what the exact number is because not everybody showed up at every event, but they probably had, I would say, at least 300 people. And to bring 300 people to Las Vegas and pack like pool parties and stuff like that, 2 days straight, 3 days straight is pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what sales team and what company wouldn't want to work with them when you see something like that. And they interviewed the owner of the circuit, and he said he had heard them. He rented a car and turned on the radio and heard them and wanted to have them in there. And he was awesome. Like I said, I was sitting there getting a drink, and he walked right by me, like just nonchalantly, just looking around, making sure you could tell he was really checking things out, making sure everybody was doing what they needed to do. The place was operating right. Yeah, he's hands on, guys. So I say when you have somebody like that, you're gonna have a place that just constantly thrives because he's invested, he cares, and it shows because he's there every day with his hands getting dirty, doing the work, making sure things run right. Most of the casinos nowadays are all corporate casinos and run by obviously by the board. And you do have CEOs, but they're just CEOs. The owners are the guys that really care. So when the owner of the casino is literally there on the property all the time and making sure things run right, I'm gonna bet I'd bet my house on that one's gonna do well because that's the formula to do well, guys. And he seemed like he was a brilliant guy. He knows what he's talking about and doing. So yeah, good big props out to the circuit and also to D. It was pretty cool. It was a little it's like the lower end of the circuit. I guess they don't have the big pool, but if you stay at the D, you get the pass to come over. So it's that pool's like $30 a day if you're not staying there to come in and hang out. And if you stay at the other hotel, you can come in. But yeah, it was awesome, guys. I'm telling you, it was really fun out there. And I've been to Vegas multiple times. I can't say I've ever had that much fun before. And I've always stayed on the strip too. I've never stayed on Fremont Street, like on the old strip. And I'm telling you what, not that the old strip was like something crazy. Fremont Street's great at night, but the circuit, you ain't leaving that place because it's so incredible during the day. The pool's so awesome and it has so many great places that you just don't really need to leave. So yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it. And as you can tell, my voice definitely suffered from it. So there you go. And just a couple real quick ones because I know these are the ones that move around stuff. Rigs used to be rig. Is it rig trans? Yeah, this is what I was thinking. This one Transocean. This one's pulling back right there. Tops right here. Top ship. That one's pulling back. These guys are oil and gas, but they're shipping ones too. So they're going to be interesting. I could have seen these guys popping back up. DRLL, is it? Let's see. No, I don't think it's that one. I'm not sure. DRL. No, I don't get that one up. VAL. That's Valaris, and that's not looking too bad. Kind of pulling back. And that Robin right here, Robin Energy, was pulling back, and TMDE also pulled back a little bit, but not too bad. We'll see what they're up to. And PTLE. And there you go. That one's just a little bit of pullback. And yeah, the Fremont experience is amazing, guys. I'm telling you, that's my kind of scene. I love stuff like that. People watching and just seeing like a crazy crowd. I love it. And Yeah, it's just so much fun. I remember me and my wife went, and we stayed on the strip. And the worst night we went, we were like, "Oh, we'll go to Fremont Street and see what it's like." And we ended up going back the second night because we had so much fun. It was just a blast, and just walking around, just seeing the street performers. There's like a band on every block, a DJ playing, and just the craziest street performers and just crazy people. You want to see crazy shit happening, just go down there and just hang out. It was so much fun. And you're just sitting there drinking and watching people zip line over your head. And yeah, it's pretty wild stuff, guys. So again, that was my couple days, and I did lose my voice. The country and the world went crazy. We started bombing Iran, so now we're keeping an eye on that. And again, guys, just be on alert because what is it? Defend right here. That's not looking too bad. Little pullback right there, but not too bad. I'll look at this tomorrow. This is the ETF for aerospace and defense right here. And you can see it wants to curl up there. And I'm telling you guys, keep your eyes open because it's going to get a little wild. I'm telling you, they want to get their hand. They got their hands on dirty bombs. It's a matter of if they can get it in this country. They can probably put them in Israel and Tel Aviv way easier than here. But again, we have these sleeper cells, and the last administration just allowed anybody to walk in open borders. Who wasn't going to take advantage of that? Clearly, everybody was. I mean, look how many people came into the country. You can't go to a public school system now and get your kid an American citizen the right kind of help because all the people that came into the country have to get it and the resources, and that's like that in all over the place, guys. I know, and so yeah, they definitely came in and they were coming in big amounts and like huge numbers, and now we have like crazy amounts of people that shouldn't be here. But not only that, I mean, yeah, it's fine if some people come in and they want to get a better life and contribute to the country. I understand. We had a lot of people coming in. These countries were sending their criminals into our country. Literally, they were taking them out of their country and sending them to us and letting them live on our streets. Like it's crazy, guys. And yeah, people think that was perfectly fine. So anyone that thinks that was perfectly fine, I think you need your head examined. I don't really think many people on this show think that was okay, but you do see stuff. And and I just to touch on this, I didn't even watch it. I only saw the headline, but I heard people talking about it. And I think Whoopi Goldberg, I'm telling you guys, I have an aunt, and we talked about this at the convention, a couple of us. Um, oh yeah, me and my buddy Kevin, he was saying how his grandma was like watches like The View and shit, and she's like totally like left wing, like nut anymore. Yeah, my aunt Wendy does the same thing. She's fucking nutty, guys. Like these women, they watch these fucking shows during the day. They shouldn't even be on television because the information they spread is just completely false. There's not even any truth to half the shit they say. And apparently Whoopi said something really crazy the other day because I heard a lot of people talking about it, and I went to look it up and then I totally forgot about it. So I have to look and see. But yeah. So again, there's a lot of crazy people with like really backwards thinking because they don't even know how to think on their own, and they watch these crazy shows on TV, and then they start telling them how to think, and it's not real good because these people are maniacs, guys. So I do have to watch the Whoopi thing and see what she's compared America to Iran or something. I heard a lot of people talking about it the last day or so. So I know it was something good. I just kept forgetting to check it out myself. So I definitely have to look at it. Mr. Drawdown said, not every person coming to America wants to build and work for the dream. They simply want a handout. And that's why I'm saying we can't have everybody in here. I understand a few people come in and they're trying to get a better life and they want to work. I know plenty of people. I grew up working in restaurants and stuff. I knew some really hardworking people that came into this country, were really trying to become legal and work their asses off. And yeah, then people are perfectly fine. They're not trying to bomb our country or get free handouts, and they're trying to better the country because they want to better themselves, and they know they can't do it where they live, and they want to be almost an American citizen because they want to be a better person. And you know what I realize, guys, it is such a toxic show to view. I don't even know how it's on TV, guys. I really don't. It's crazy. Like in a primetime slot like that during the day, it's freaking crazy. I mean, they say some fucking crazy shit that shouldn't be said. And again, like, I personally have a family member that, like, she tells you stuff, and I look at her and I'm like, "Hey, Wendy, you know what I do for a living, right? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" And she, like, it's wild. Like, it's really crazy. Like, they're completely, like, out. They're not even in this planet anymore. It's really crazy how they think. And it's scary, to be honest with you. It's literally scary. So yeah, I have to watch that clip. And if someone wants to post it up and tag me, I'll definitely I'll repost it and watch it. But yeah, that's that. And look at what immigrants have done to Europe. Yeah, it's just they eat it alive, guys. It's crazy. I mean, you can only you have to have so many people be able to provide for people that can't provide. But if the amount of people that can't provide is higher than the people that can provide, you got a problem right there. You got a big mathematical issue right there. So, and that's what's been going on nonstop all the time. Everyone's freehanded. I'm telling you. And another thing we were talking about, this next generation coming up to come start working, guys, it's scary. They have no idea how to work. They don't know how to do anything. And not only they don't know how to do anything, so they can't pivot and learn. AI is going to take any job that they even try to do. So they're in a position where they're just fucked. And then it's going to just start traveling down the line. So you got to remember that too. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in this world. Not only are we going to war and World War III starting up, but yeah, at the same time, you got AI is a whole different game, and that's going to affect everything. So you got all kinds of crazy shit going on. So yeah, next generation has no place to go to work. I'm telling you guys, I've been saying it for 2 years, and I tell you guys, we're working with the hedge fund. 2 years ago, these guys were making money with ChatGPT. I didn't even know what ChatGPT was when they showed it to me. I swear to God, I had no idea what they were even talking about. And I keep up on things, and that's how far ahead of the AI trend these guys were. And and yeah, they were making crossword puzzles and coloring books, and they were selling like they had all kinds of sites on Amazon stores. They were selling all kinds of shit. It was crazy. I was like, yeah, this is nuts. And they're like, yeah, it's so easy. All you do is like hit a button and then post it up, and then people buy it. It's nuts. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. So anyway, they've been showing me all this crazy stuff. They were like, yo, in 2 years, this is what's gonna happen. And I mean, these guys were so dead on. They showed me what the future looked like, and I told people this before. I was like, yo, I know what the future, these guys had showed me, and everything they had showed me up until this point, they were 100% dead on the money with their timing and everything. It was like, I'm like, are these guys the guys behind everything? Like, it's kind of crazy to me how they know so much. And obviously they're well invested into it, so they do know what's going on. But I'm telling you guys, in like 6 months, you should see what the hell's coming out. It's freaking crazy. And then after that, it's going to be even crazier real quick after that. So yeah, they keep updating. And every time they make these updates, it makes it 100 times faster and better. And then yeah, I don't even know what anyone's going to do anymore. And I'll say, yeah, that's what you're looking at right now. It's a crazy world. We're bombing Iran, but be aware. I'm telling you, they're going to try to sneak some dirty bombs in here. And the dirty bomb has radiation, guys. It's not a nuclear head, but it's a bomb with radiation that can spread. And they're going to want to drop them in a major city. So, you know, they're going to want to hit Tel Aviv and Israel. They're going to try to hit like a New York City, maybe even a Philadelphia, somewheres like that where they can get some big numbers. So, I'm telling you guys, beware. And a cyber attack, you know that's coming. So make sure you're paying attention and all that good stuff. Don't be clicking on dumb shit, and make sure you have plenty of cash on you, because you don't know if the banking system could get shut down at some point if they hack it all up. So futures down, crypto's down at the moment. We'll see if that's a dip. Oil's way up. Aerospace and defense is looking at. We're going to keep an eye on that bad boy, and plenty of news from Vegas. So there you go, guys. And Laptop Travels, he's getting asked this question more than any other today on his travels. The third world countries are asking him, what jobs will these countries have have to offer in the future? So yeah, and it's crazy. He tells every parent, educate your children to use their mind to create, not manual labor, because of AI. It's the truth, guys. I don't know what anyone's going to do. You'll be able to do a couple trades, the HVAC, the plumbing, mechanics will be there for a little while. electricians. They're going to need these guys. I'm telling you, teachers will outlast everybody. That union is so strong. Teachers unions are freaking crazy. But not only that, people just need that interaction with a human being. That it's very important. So I think they'll integrate AI robots into teaching, but I don't think teachers will lose their jobs. They may have extra help in the classroom with an AI robot, but I still believe teachers will keep a job for a long time, just because of that lively interaction that people want to have. And if you're sending your kid to school, you don't want to, you want it to be a real person. You're not going to mind a robot in the classroom to help, but you're going to want a damn real person to be there too. So I think teachers are going to be pretty safe for a while. Everyone else, guys, I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell you're going to do, because I'm telling you right now, 2 years ago, this guy Josh, he would be like, name a name a job, and I would name something. He'd be like, I could do that on AI right now. And he wasn't kidding. He could do your job on AI, like just sitting at his house, just messing around. He knows all these prompts. He's really good. And the coders, so laptop travel. I'm working on this project. I think I mentioned I'm working on this project. Been working on it for like 2 years with these guys, right? And they've hired all these engineers from Mag 7 companies, NASA, everywhere. These guys work for the biggest companies. And I just found out recently that about 75% of them, guys, these are the guys that have built the major AI programs and stuff in the major companies. These dudes are bigwigs in this industry right here, AI. 75% of them guys got have just recently gotten laid off because AI just took their job. So the coders themselves that were coding just coded themselves right out of the job, Laptop Travel said. And you're absolutely 100% right. And I've heard this firsthand from some top-notch coders and AI guys. So I know for a fact it's happening. The one guy said, half his friends are not working right now because they just like coded themselves right out of a job. And then the crazy part is these companies tell these guys, we're going to build these things and we're always going to need you. So your job's always going to be here. And within 3 months, these guys build this thing and then they take what they build. And every time they get an update, they can just program it in there and it just becomes 100 times better without using this guy anymore. So they just took what this guy made in 3 months and then they'll use it for the rest of their lives and they'll get rid of him. And it's going on everywhere, guys. It's absolutely insane. Lawyers, you don't need to pay a lawyer to do all this information. You just print it out on AI, hand it to them, and you just did all. Yep, there you go. Laptop job. I wasn't even looking at what you said. I just looked up to go down, and you said lawyers, doctors, the medical professional, they will absolutely be out of jobs. Surgeons won't even stand a chance, guys. They'll be completely the fuck out of a job. And you're talking some of the highest paid professions are going to be completely out of jobs. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That's insanity, guys. Insanity. What is anybody going to do? What do you do? So you got to think about that because this shit's happening fast. I'm telling you, I already saw what's coming out in 6 months. It's insane. And every time they show me something new, my jaw drops and I can't believe it. And then it comes out exactly when they said it was going to come out. And I go, fucking guys know what they're talking about. And yeah, I'm telling you, we're doing something that's next level. Clearly, we've been working on it for over 2 years now, so it's going to be next level. And like I said, I'll let you know when it's supposed to be getting pretty almost to the end. Like I can almost physically start to use it. So we'll see when I get it in my hands. I'll let you know. And like I said, it is supposed to be life-changing what we're building. So it's going to be wild. I promise you all. And everybody's going to have an opportunity to be a part of it. So if it works, I'm telling you, it will be completely life-changing for almost everybody immediately, almost. Because again, what else are you going to do for a job besides what I'm building right here? It's going to be crazy. So I had seen this 2 years ago when these guys were showing me shit. My brain was already working, and I was like, man, I don't know what anyone's going to do for a living. And this was 2 years ago. Nobody really knew what was going on. It was so new. And then I told these guys, yo, here's the future of trading. You want to know what it's going to be after you just showed me that? And I kind of pondered about it for a month or two. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen. And they strongly thought I was right on the money, and clearly I was probably right on the money. And because other companies are doing it too. And yeah, it's we're not going to be trading. People aren't going to be using their fingers to trade anymore, guys. It's going to be completely eliminated within I'd say 2-3 years from now. I don't think anybody will be able to compete with what's about to happen. It's going to be impossible. So that's what I think is going to be happening. To be honest with you, and you can see how the AI. I told you I have AI bots for crypto. I've had them set up for a while now. They trade 24/7, 365. You set it up the way you want, and it trades for you. It's crazy. But now what they're getting into now, guys, and the technology wasn't there, but and you guys might even notice when you're typing in prompts in AI, the prompt changes itself to become a better prompt of what you asked it to make it a better prompt to give you better resources. It's doing it automatically. So what the next thing is that they're doing now, and that's why these guys are all out of jobs. They've literally trained the AI programs and bots to actually start thinking like humans and being able to pick up on things and do things. Obviously, they're not going to have emotions, which is good for trading. And so just imagine if you can get a bot that can read my patterns as well as I can and then execute every single trade perfectly. Can you imagine if you could do that, what you would make? I mean, if you put 10 grand in an account and had that thing working for 6 months, you'd be a multimillionaire. And so, yeah, guys, that's what the future is going to look like. I don't think anybody's going to be physically trading much longer in a couple of years. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, I think I might have been. I would definitely. We've been working on this project for 2 years, me and this guy, and he's gotten. We went like I said, he's a hedge fund guy, and they went all in, and yeah, it's getting pretty wild, and I'm getting excited for it. Like I said, we have meetings all the time about it. And I know some other companies are trying to do a project like this, but the only thing is they don't have all of my calls and stuff and all of my trade history like these guys do. So to build something that I can see, and let's face it, we look at patterns pretty well on this show, right? We pick up some crazy shit and 100 percenters and 44,000 percenters. Can you imagine if a robot was trading them perfectly? What would happen? And I thought about it, trust me, and I said, yo, this is what we got to put together. So, yeah, I've been working on something like that for over 2 years, guys. So I know a lot about AI. I've been involved with it since these guys showed me, and I was blown away. My mouth dropped immediately, and I was just like, well, that's the future. And they're like, yeah, no shit. And this was before people were talking about ChatGPT. I promise you, I had never heard of it, didn't know what the hell it even was. And I just knew this guy, and he was talking about it. And yeah, he told me all about it. And I was just blown away. And then we became good friends and started working together. So that's that. And I'm telling you guys, if this thing works out as well as we think it might, it's going to be life changing for anybody that wants to get involved. And I think honestly, it's going to be the completely future of what you're going to see investing. Why? And again, it's just you got to think. Why would you want to risk your money when you can have a AI bot do it? Why would you risk a surgeon that has human error? That dude could have been drinking last night and comes in hungover. You have no idea what he was doing. He could have been celebrating his anniversary. He could have had a fight with his wife. You have no idea, or vice versa, husband, whatever. I'm not making a sexist. I'm just saying. And you have no idea. You just you just you just watch the Terminator. You're right. You got an AI bot in there that does precision, precise cuts, precise everything, and does it in half the time. Who are you going to choose, the surgeon or the AI bot? I mean, it's going to be a no-brainer. So you got to think about these things. And this is happening fast, guys, way faster than you can imagine. Just because you don't see it all mainstream, believe me, these guys are already putting it together. And when they release it, it's already too late. That's the problem with this stuff. Because as they release it, they already know the next update's going to make their project 100,000 times better. And that's what we've been realizing. And so, yeah, it's crazy stuff going on, guys. Just a crazy world. Honestly, Mr. Drawdown, it's going to be incredible. I honestly believe it's going to be one of the coolest things that you're ever going to see, and one of the coolest times. You just have to know how to pivot, be ahead of the trends like we always do, pivot at the right times, and just make good decisions. And that's what we're really going to be focusing on, and locking in our profits. And that's how you see things really compound. We're going to really watch things compound. And then that's how you grow accounts. And then that's how you don't have to worrying about everything else. It can do whatever it wants, and you're already financially free. You're set up, you're good, and it does not matter that nobody else can get a job. So I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to end up happening. And so yeah, and right now is that pivot time. It's all happening very, very fast. So that is what's going on. Time to buy servers offshore and hack the bots. And hospitals are all in AI. Luis Rodriguez, hospitals are completely innovated in AI right now. They're run by AI. Every industry is run by AI, guys. I'm telling you, I know for a fact. I promise you, you may not see it, but it's exploded so fast, so much, and just the amount that they've been able to grow that fast, I don't think anybody realized that they were going to be able to do this as quick as they've been able to do it. Let's put it that way. They rolled it out. They knew they had something amazing, but they got all these programmers in there. And that's why you see all these warehouses being set up, like you're saying, to just buy a bunch like servers set up in these warehouses. And these things are just set up to train. They're running AI bots to run and just teach each other. This AI, they're teaching this, and then it's teaching that, and then that's all that's going on, guys. That's it. So that's where your money's at, and that's what's making money. That's what's going to make money and continue to. So I'm just giving you an idea of what to look for in the future, and it's not too far down the road for sure. So it's just interesting. And now we're going into a war at the same time. So it makes it really, really crazy what's going on right now. So we will absolutely what even happened? Because the game turn off. I don't even know what happened to the game. Something went up. My app like crashed or something. No wonder why I didn't know what was going on. My stupid Apple, my iPad crashed. And so yeah, that's what happened. Where is it? All right, we'll finish. And it looks like Oklahoma is going to win this. They're up 90-68. I don't know what the hell is going on, but there's 7 minutes and 41 seconds left. So there you go. And let's start that cannabis con. Yeah, and exactly what I'm saying. Like these kind of companies, like are going crazy, and everything else is just not doing anything. You got to see what the trends are. That's why I'm saying, like how RGC did that. That's not going to be the first and last company that does it. They figured something out, guys. They're going to do it again. I promise. When anyone can figure out how to get something to go 44,000%, your wheels start spinning. Look at what I said. So I'm not the only one that thinks it. And so yeah, that's just how the mindset works. You see these things happen, and you go, how do we recreate it? You don't want it. You're not trying to recreate the wheel. You're just taking things that work and making them work for you. That's all you're trying to do. And I think that's what the market is really. So there you go, guys. I would say that's a pretty good market review with no voice. I'll definitely be on at 7 a.m. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little odd show there. We looked at the scanners a little bit differently. So Bag 7, SPY, crypto, talked a bunch about Vegas and about our bombing in Iran, a lot of AI stuff. And so there you go, aerospace and defense. We're keeping an eye on that. And even the Game 7 championship for the NBA. So futures down, crypto down, oil's up. And we know that's what it's going to be looking like probably tomorrow. And we'll see what Apple can do in the morning. And obviously the rest of the market. So we'll catch you at 7 a.m. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. I can't even say it because I can't even talk. But anyway, and BTC down. Let's use stable coin. And that's the other. I'm glad you said that, Mr. Drawdown. Stable coins is another one, guys. That's totally going to be the future of your banking right there. You already see Amazon doing it and Walmart doing it. Forget about it. Every company is going to have to do it. If they're doing it, everybody has to do it. And and copy and paste that model over and over and over. And that's exactly it. I'm telling you, it's a no-brainer. You're not trying to recreate anything ever. You're just taking things that work and applying them to how you can make them work. And honestly, that's why surrounding yourself with really successful people and people that have already done it and made millions and really do it is a great idea. You know why? Because they show you how to do it every time. It's not real hard. They just copy and paste that same model over and over, and they go, look, this is all you got to do. And then you just copy and paste it. As a matter of fact, I talked to these two twin brothers at the convention, Scott, and I'm trying to remember his brother's name. It'll come to me in a minute. But these dudes are brilliant guys. I forget where are they from, Tennessee maybe. Forget exactly. Their wives were super nice. These guys are making serious money. They're hardworking dudes. I was like, yo, guys, you need to probably I know how it is. Trust me. I was a little older than they're in their 30s and they are hustling and making, dude, they got a serious great business going. And he was saying we almost didn't make it out here this weekend just because we can never walk away from our business because it's just so crazy. And yeah, I want to talk to them about trying to scale out their business. I think they're making millions already. I think they have $100 million business in their hands. And if it's scalable, if they scale it out the right way with the right people, and that's what you want to do, guys. You build something beautiful like these guys did. You make it, and then you get the right people in your corner, and they know how to scale these things to be huge. You sit back, you give people the percentages because that's what they take. That's what it takes to get that big. And you don't worry about it because your percentages is way more than what you were busting your ass making. So you're making a percentage and not even doing anything. And that's what you have to look at. And then you can get the numbers that you can't even fathom. And you're like, well, then I basically don't have to work. And you're like, exactly. Then we hire like 3 guys that we absolutely know can run the company hands down all the time, no matter what's going on. We take care of them guys, and then boom, we're making real big money. And if you scale it right, guys, and that's what business is all about. And that's why I love this stuff. As you can tell, I absolutely love business. I can talk to anybody about any business, any sector, anything else. And gotta fly. Laptop Travel, you have a safe flight. And we will catch you tomorrow. I'll be watching markets from the air. He probably flying in like Asia somewhere. He takes like 12-hour flights sometimes. Laptop, I don't know how you do it, dude. I could not do that. I don't like airplanes that much, but God bless you, Laptop Travel, and thanks for everything. Have a safe flight, and we will catch you tomorrow as well. But yeah, there you go, guys. And I forget what I was even talking about. Didn't matter. And so yeah, that's that, and that's the market, and we'll be watching it tomorrow. Laptop Travel's watching it from the air tomorrow, and we'll be watching it from the ground again. And again, we'll get back into everything tomorrow. You got to see how things open up first, so we got to play it safe. I know Ben already put out his morning note. I did not read it. He put it out before I hopped on. I saw him posted. So those of you in the Discord, you can check that out. And he's dead on the money too, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, that's why that Discord's so amazing. You got Ben Gers. He gives amazing info. You know what I do, and Godfather's great too. I mean, it's an amazing team right there. I'm not gonna lie. So that's why the Discord's amazing, and we are gonna absolutely destroy it, no matter which way the market runs. They've been doing great, and I've been doing great. So now we're just going to apply it with you guys and show you guys how to really build your accounts. And again, a lot of it, I've talked to every person I tried to talk to every person at the convention. I hope I did. And because I met so many amazing people, and obviously a lot of people were asking about stocks, and I said, the one thing I've learned over the years, and it's been a lot of years of learning, you really have to you really learn the biggest thing is sell for your profits. Don't worry about the tops. And if it goes higher, you can't complain because you just made good money, and then you look for your next opportunity. And I really think that might be one of the most important things in the market, and I'll tell you why. The market has changed so much that I don't think we have the opportunities anymore to catch like Apple and make you a millionaire. I think NVIDIA might have been the last one that you're going to get. And now these next few years, I don't know if you're going to see it again. You're going to have your runs with your quantums, your computer hardware ones. You're going to have your absolute blast, your great stocks that look great. I just don't know if you can be holding these things for that long. Yeah, maybe 6-8 months. But again, Apple, people were buying that for decades and making millions of dollars off it because it just continued to go up. I just don't see that in this market anymore, guys. It's such a different market with the whole 4 a.m. and the way it just keeps moving around and pivoting. It's absolutely insane. And I'm just telling you what I see. And I was having a conversation with a cab driver in Vegas. He was the coolest dude ever. I come out, this dude's doing push-ups out next to his car. And he's like, "You guys need a ride?" And we're like, "How much to the hotel?" We were at, I forget where we were. Oh, we were at the Stratosphere. That's right. We had just gone Atomic Golf. Then we went to the Cookies dispensary, which was really good. I have to say, I'll give Cookies dispensary a thumbs up. They were a good dispensary and really good product in there. And then we went to the Stratosphere to get our ride, and we come through, and my buddies were all grabbing beers. I'm not a drinker, so I just kind of drink water. And so they grabbed some drinks, and then as we come outside, this dude's doing push-ups, and I'm like, "That's awesome, dude." And he's like, "Yeah, you guys need him." We're like, "Yeah, let's hook him up. He's a cool dude." So we hop in and we start talking. This dude's like, "What do you do?" And we're bullshitting. I tell him I trade. And he's like, "Dude, I literally just bought a computer to do it." Now you can tell this dude's a hustling dude. He's awesome. And he's a younger dude. He's hustling. He's telling me he's working 12 hours in the cab. That's why he gets out at every stop, does 20 push-ups. He's like, "You do the math, dude. If I do 20 push-ups at 20 stops, I do 400 push-ups in a day." I'm like, "You're fucking on to something, bro." Like, I love this guy. He's awesome. So yeah, I told him. He started following me. And but I was telling him, like, I don't think you have them opportunities anymore. Our parents probably did, where you could buy Apple and IBM and things of that nature. They're kind of high up here now, guys. And I just don't, you'll catch your runs and we'll catch our pops, but I just don't see it like that anymore in these crazy market times. So that's why I think this way of trading, how we do it daily, and just looking for the popper and then just taking your profits and rolling it to the next one. If you compound that over for 3 months, guys, you will make more money than you could ever imagine. So that's the idea, the mindset you have to get in. And I think the more that you hold, you just watch it go up, you watch it go down, you watch it go up, you watch it go down, and all you do is stress out about it. It's not even healthy, and it doesn't do anything anymore. So I just see a different market, and honestly, I kind of started to realize it from talking to so many people this weekend. And they ask so many people asking me so many great different questions. To be honest with you, had my mind kind of really spinning there. And I'll tell you what, I did not gamble for one. I didn't put a dollar in even a slot machine. I didn't even have time. I was going to play blackjack. I planned on playing blackjack for a little while, and I literally didn't even have time to gamble. I was busy like every minute having that much fun. I'm not even kidding. So how crazy is that? And but yeah, I mean, I so many great people. But again, I was talking a lot of stocks and stuff to everybody, and yeah, it was making my brain spin and kind of think about things. And I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm saying this to you, it kind of yeah, it ended up being a great trip all around, and it kind of opened my eyes to a few different things in the market and see things differently. So probably a really good thing. And because when we see it, it's going to happen that way. I'm telling you. And it is. This is the way the markets are moving now. So we will play them daily, obviously, every day. We're going to be crushing them. We're going to be building accounts really big right now. It doesn't matter which way the market moves. We're going to be now, and I'm focusing in on that one popper and hitting it and getting out. And again, if we get out early, it's perfectly fine, guys. I've come to the mindset, and I'm perfectly comfortable now with my mindset of saying I sell them early. It's almost on purpose, I think. They go up higher. It's perfectly fine. I almost think if I sell it, it's going higher. It's almost a joke. But you know what? Every single time they come way lower than where I sold it from. And I go, well, it was a perfect price to sell it at. It didn't matter because I made plenty of money on that deal. And I can take that money and make more on the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. And now at that point, now I'm not even playing with my money. It's all house money. So now I'm really in good shape. And then I'm really making house money, make house money. So that's how you have to think, guys. So if you take anything from this show, take the AI stuff and that mindset of just knowing to lock in those profits. I think it's super important in this market right now. We're playing a different market, guys, and a different market than I've ever even seen. And I think we're getting into a new area right now where it's getting crazier. So that's and honestly, I really came to that. I really started to see that this weekend, talking to so many different people. and them asking me different questions about this market, that market. The cab driver is asking me great questions. He's never even traded before. He's never even set it up. And I told him, hit me up if you have any questions, bro, and I'll set you up and you'll be good to go. So you guys know I talk to everybody and try to steer you in the right direction. And that's what I tell you. And I do. I think we see it. We're in a totally different world of market right now. And you got to play it the way it needs to be played if you want to be profitable. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to zero in on it and really crush it. So I'm excited. It was a great trip to Vegas. I appreciate everybody hanging out. As always, tuning in. And again, check out Covino and Rich if you don't know who they are. Give them a listen because I guarantee you'll be hooked in. And like I said, there was middle-aged women there that came up and said, this is way out of my comfort zone. I showed up to this convention by myself, told my husband I'm going, and you know what? It's the greatest time I ever had. I met so many new friends, and these guys are so cool, and I listen to their show all the time. So it doesn't matter what age bracket you are, or male or female, they will relate to you in every way. Again, they talk about sports sometimes, and then you'll tune that out, but then the very next conversation will just come right back into your life, and you'll be like, man, these guys are like, I'm living like parallel lives with these guys. It's so crazy. And I've lived a parallel life with both of them, all three of them kind of, since for 20 years. So it's awesome to see them just be so successful. And so yeah, check them out, Covino and Rich. And I appreciate them putting the convention together. It was amazing. And Spotty did a great job. And there you go, everybody. And Luis Rodriguez diversified by adding high yield dividend ETFs that helps bolster his income. And yeah, there you go. And Mr. Drawdown said he never lost because of a bad stock, just waited too long for a bigger move. Mr. Drawdown, I might have to use that line, dude. That's amazing that you just said that, because I love that. You are 100%. I don't think I've ever called one that never went up. It was that I never sold it when it went up and it came back down, and then you're holding the bag. Mr. Drawdown, that was a beautiful way to say it, because you're absolutely right. Never lost because of a bad stock. You lose because you wait too long for a bigger move, and that's human error, and not the stock. That's the trader, and that's what I've learned. It was never the stock; it was me making the bad decisions. So again, I try to help you guys not make them bad decisions that I've made over the years, and I've been doing it for 20 years. You're going to make plenty of bad decisions. That's why you have to learn from them, and then you try to cut them bad decisions out as often as possible. And that's when you start seeing your risk reward really turn around and make you money. So that's, it's really getting that mindset to really think and get into the right, really locking in profits. That's all it comes down to. Lock in profits and stop caring about how high it goes. Yeah, it was very hard for me to get. I would be so mad when they go higher at some points. I'd be like, God damn, I knew it was going to go higher. Why didn't I just wait? And then I would be like, but then at the same time, I made pretty good money. I used to beat myself up, but now that I just don't care anymore, it's been way better. The accounts go up more, and you just don't even care. You're just like, well, that was a good call. That's a good call. That's a good call. And that's how it works. So, and Robin, yeah, definitely nice meeting you, chatting with you in Vegas. And yeah, shoot me a DM. I hope I get everybody intrigued. And yeah, I'm telling you, I met so many amazing people in Vegas. You have no idea. It was incredible. The CNR family is like no other family. It really is. It's like a fraternity for real. So if you don't know them, check them out. And there you go. I'm gonna hop off and try to save my voice. I said I was gonna do a short show. I can't even do a short show with no voice. I still do an hour and like 40 minutes. So there you go, guys. And I'll be on at 7 a.m. We'll go through the market. We'll know what's going on. We'll find the poppers for tomorrow. And Laptop Travel, you travel safe. And everybody, thanks for tuning in. Robin, great meeting you. Luis Rodriguez, thanks for everything. Mr. Drawdown, Laptop Travel, and everybody else that was tuning in and chatting away over here. And I didn't even look over here, to be honest with you, but I'll catch everything else tomorrow. So if you got anything else for me to check out, hop on in the morning and we'll check it. Daniel Lewis wanted to see HTTI. Let me look at it real quick. I didn't even see that at Daniel Lewis. I don't know how I missed that because you wrote it a couple times. Oh, you know why? I'll tell you why. It went to the very top of the thing. I don't know why that happens. That's why I scroll up all the time. It's very bizarre on this StreamYard sometimes. everybody's messages come in order, and then every once in a while, like a message will end up at the top because, and I know for a fact because Luis Rodriguez said, "Welcome back, Duggan," and now Daniel Lewis is here at the top say HCTI. I did say it does look pretty good there. It's not looking bad. That and Green Lane are not looking bad here, so I would keep an eye on them. They do look like they still want to run, and we probably still will get some penny runs. Penny stocks running pretty big. You know they do when the big caps and the Mag 7s pull down. You know the money likes to run into them. So we will definitely be keeping an eye, and I'll check out the scanner, see what's going on, and we'll be back right into the back of the swing, right back into the swing of things if I could talk, and we will crush the market. And like I said, I got to go open my packages because I know my new Apple computer got here, and I got to set that bad boy up in the new shed office. That's all ready. I'll go tomorrow morning. I'll buy my portable air conditioner, hook that bad boy up, and I'll get that guy set up. You guys will see it. It'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow, and we'll be trading out of there and crushing the market. So there you go, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you guys at 7 a.m. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the morning.